You the almighty, you know I got it. You come in second. Please do not tempt me, don't hold. Get it. When I call the play, I'ma score like I'm. Tell them I'm ready for more. I'm ready for war. Tell them I'm ready for more. Tell them I'm ready for war.
Madden football is the home of Super Bowl 56, and this historic matchup is brought to you by EA Sports. It's the Bucs and the Bills, and it comes your way next.
It's the National Football League presented by EA Sports. Tonight it's all on the line. We play for the Lombardi Trophy, as it'll be the AFC champion Buffalo Bills taking on the champions from the NFC, the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Brandon Gaudin alongside Charles Davis. And Charles, the Bills, a team trending upwards the last few years. Losers to KC in the AFC title game last season, but now in the Super Bowl seeking that elusive first ever title.
And I like what you just said there about how they're trending. This feels like the 1990s again when this Bills franchise went to the Super Bowl 4 straight years. They came up empty each time, but now they think that after last year's appearance in the AFC title game, this could be the year. And let's face it, those 1990s teams, they're rooting for him in a big way, as well as his tremendous fan base.
Meanwhile, for the Buccaneers, it's just absolutely astonishing that they'd be back a second straight year. Tom Brady at it again. 2 seasons in Tampa, 2 Super Bowl appearances, and looking to be the first team to go back-to-back since, you guessed it, the Patriots in Super Bowls 38 and 39.
In a lot of ways, it's absolutely amazing how one guy in a sport like football can completely change the culture and path of an entire franchise. He did it so well that all 22 starters signed up again to have a chance to win another Super Bowl trophy. Give him a ton of credit. Tremendous player, better leader.
Here's a 1st and 10 at the 14-yard line. Here's Ronald Jones, first carry for the USC man. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 15. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run. Throwing now is Brady. And this throw incomplete. Well, the defender all over him that time, and it's going to lead to 3rd down. Throwing is Brady on 3rd down. Quick slant to Brown. And he will be very close to a 1st down, but I see the closed fist of the referee, and that means 4th down. It's a gain of 9, but it's also going to mean a punt here on their opening drive. Now on 4th down, on is the punt team sending this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. For the Buffalo offense coming out, and it is Josh Allen who is at the helm.
And what a terrific few years it's been for Josh Allen. It's been an ascension because we saw a huge jump in 2020, both in accuracy, leadership, and just overall ability to carry a team. He actually got his team, the Buffalo Bills, to the AFC title game, and then got over that hump 2 weeks ago, and now he's got them in the Super Bowl. They look for their first ever Super Bowl title. Remember, they won titles in the AFL, but also remember those 4 losses in Super Bowls. Now they're trying to earn their first one for the Buffalo Bills Mafia.
But they certainly came out firing in this one, and while that one was incomplete,
I can't imagine that'll be the last shot.
There he goes, right side. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox with a first touchdown of the Super Bowl, and a long one at that. And the Bills are on the board first here in this Super Bowl. So a long play for our first points in the Super Bowl.
No doubt about it, and what we see here is something that we saw all year long from them. The ability to strike from anywhere on the field. How about the way they got it started in this one?
Extra point forthcoming. And it's 7-0 Buffalo. The long touchdown pass gets him 6 on a very, very tidy two-play drive that time. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return. And they'll be backed up a bit to start as he's out of bounds at the 16. Tampa Bay, they're getting ready to set up shop here for their second drive. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. They'll start out on the ground with Jones. Despite a little power on the move, still tackled shy of the 20. Defensively, Harrison Phillips there to stop him.
Certainly a nice job there by the defense rallying to the football and getting him on the ground, but I think the play gets made by the defensive front because if they can't get upfield, their job is to go ahead and get low, almost get into a ball sometimes, stack things up, and make it difficult for the runner to find a hole.
And he's got it past the 30 before he's hit and dropped. Although his reputation as a speedy runner precedes him, it's always fun to watch him work.
It is eye-opening, isn't it? Because when you see him get the ball and just go, in addition to that speed, it helps out his blockers. They don't have to hold blocks for long because he's just going to speed right past them.
And Brady's throw there, incomplete. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Brady. Drops it to Jones in the flat. And he gets this up across the 35 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down. Brady going to throw. That's caught by the big tight end, O.J. Howard. And he finally goes down, but not before reaching the 21. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Brady to throw again. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there. And it's 2nd and 10. Brady gives this one off to Jones. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, and now 3rd and 12.
Sometimes being a linebacker in the middle of the field is kind of like being a doctor on the field. You got to make the right diagnosis. Here he correctly sends his run and shoots through to make the play in the backfield.
Brady's throw on 3rd down there is incomplete.
Certainly looked like someone was very confident in his ability to fit that one in. I would say he was overconfident because there wasn't a whole lot of separation there. Had that one covered pretty well downfield and knocked it away.
And Suckup will put this one right through. And they are on the board, but still trailing. It's 7-3. So a good kick there, and they put the bow tie on it with 3 points.
And let's face it, everybody wants a touchdown. We know that. But in the NFL, defenses are awfully good. You're not going to score each and every time. Be able to knock the ball through the post and take the throw.
By the way, I said bow tie. I meant just bow.
Either way.
Not the tie, but yeah.
Either way.
You got it.
I just went right past it.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did.
And this is, oh my goodness, he pulled it in one-handed. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs, 65 yards. And the Bills will add to their first quarter lead here in this Super Bowl. So there is the big arm of Josh Allen on display. He can throw it as deep as anybody, and that was an absolute laser.
And I'm telling you, nothing will light up a crowd more than a play like that. Here in the stadium, all eyes were on the receiver streaking downfield, and you know everyone was thinking, throw it, he's open. What a connection there for the touchdown.
Pass on for the extra point. And this one's right through to make it a 14-3 ball game. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One-play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And a nice job there on special teams to limit him to inside the 15 as he's dropped it to 14. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. They trail early on in this Super Bowl as they come up 1st and 10. Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. That catch good for only a couple.
And we see another pitch and catch there to the running back. This position just continues to evolve. They become just as critical to the passing attack as a lot of receivers, tight ends, because their ability to make people miss in the open field can really generate big plays for an offense.
Here's a throw to his running back. It's complete. And he gets it here to right around the 24 before he's out of bounds. A gain of 8 there on the play. And that's going to make it 3rd down and less than a yard. Brady. Blitz coming, and down he goes. A.J. Klein in there to drop it for a 6-yard loss, and that will lead to 4th down. So that time, Charles, quarterback helpless really in the pocket in the face of a pass rush like that. They were on him instantly. The punt team on now as Pinion sends this one away. Let's take it inside his own 40. After one, a 14-3 ball game. The Bills with the football as we start quarter number 2. As they get set to start their drive with a 1st and 10. So they fake the handoff. Now Allen. He's going to loft it. Deep right sideline. That's caught inside the 20. And they'll have it in the red zone before he crosses over out of bounds. A big gain there for the Bills. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on 1st down. Allen going to give this one to Singletary. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7.
We both know it's difficult, but they've made it look effortless out there. Through the air, on the ground, they've moved the ball with relative ease.
They run here with Singletary. And he'll take it into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Devin Singletary taking it in from 7 yards away. And the Bills continue to look good here in the first half of this Super Bowl. So simple math here in the first half. They've had 3 drives offensively, and they have scored every time, and they've got the lead.
Well, whenever we talk about adjustments, we usually talk about an offense making adjustments, right? This is all about the defense. They've got to figure out some way, somehow to slow them down. Do they blitz a little bit more? Do they play more zone coverage? Right now, they don't know where to go because they're hitting them in every direction.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead is up to 18 now. Scoring summary, 3-play drive. And it was finished off by a Devin Singletary touchdown run. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This one taken just inside the 10. And taken down just past the 20 at about the 21-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. On second down, it's Jones. Gets it up around the 22 and no further. Did show some power on the run, but not a whole lot of room. They do get a yard there, but only a yard. Leaves them with 3rd and 9 looming. 2 minutes gone by, second quarter. Here's Brady to throw. And they take him down. The Bills get to him. And Oliver in there to get him for a loss of 9 yards, and that also leads to 4th down.
3 scores down, not even a halftime yet. They're not getting much generated offensively. They've got to figure it out.
It's tough because this defense just seems to be playing with so much confidence right now.
They really are. They are on their toes, and they're getting at them.
On is the punt team now as this one's sent away. And we'll see what he can do on the return. A nice job getting free on the return for 13 yards. And the Bills are going to take over in great position here with a 1st and 10. Here comes Josh Allen and the Bills offense back onto the field. And he's been good. 2 first-half touchdown passes, no interceptions so far.
Does a lot for your confidence. Does a great deal for your team. Gives them a lead, and they're feeling really good about how they're playing. I think he expects to throw at least another one.
I was going to say, now he wants the first-half hat trick, doesn't he?
Oh, without a doubt. Go ahead and fling him on the field, folks. He wants that type of celebration.
Oh, going for Sanders downfield. And that will be incomplete. Trying to dial up the long way out there, but it'll be 3rd down. Allen going to try and throw on 3rd down. He's got the hook up with Diggs. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. His 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bills are starting to pour it on at the game's biggest stage. They are running away with this Super Bowl. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. So they only needed 3 plays on that drive. And it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This taken in at the goal line. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And they're coming off a 3-and-out, my friend.
I think they've got to look at that play sheet and go to a spot that they haven't gone before. Time to shake things up a little bit and try and get this offense moving.
Okay, so how do you do that? How do you shake things up?
You look at what you've called before, realize it hasn't worked
Go to
so
something
well,
else.
and maybe try and find one of those special plays from one of your better.
Now Howard stripped. He lost the football. Now this is picked up by the Bills. And his guys are going to get the football at the 37-yard line. Always costly to cough up that football. These defenders, they become so adept, though, at jarring it free.
Yeah, it's amazing that there aren't more fumbles caused because now, if you're an offensive player, you go through ball security drills every single day. It's really not out of line to think that you should take the ball to bed with you and just hold on to it. But the bottom line is, no matter how much you try to protect it, these guys are pretty good at finding ways to knock it out.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Here's Allen following the fumble recovery. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down. On second down, here's a run with Singletary. They get 6. That'll leave them with 3rd and 4.
Frustrating for a defense, energizing for an offense. Finding a way to create that type of yardage in your running game, that'll make the guys carrying the ball very, very happy.
Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. He'll let this go for the end zone. And he's got his tight end Knox for a Bills touchdown. Dawson Knox, his 2nd touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Bills are starting to open things up here in the Super Bowl.
And that was a beautiful ball right there as he waited for his tight end to come uncovered in the end zone, so give him points for patience as well. Delivered it right where it needed to be for 6 points.
Here's Bass now for the extra point. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. The drive there only spanning 3 plays, and it culminates in a Bills touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And last time, not only the turnover, but that turned into 6 points. They got to make up for that here.
You always hear about empty possessions, but some are worse than others. You can have an empty possession, pump the ball away, get yourself set to play defense, but when you turn it over, it changes momentum, and when they take it downfield and punch it in on you, that's a bad possession all the way around.
Yeah, but you're hungry to get back out there, aren't you?
You better be, because otherwise it's going to be a long day for you.
Brady to throw on 3rd and 1. And that is incomplete.
That's looking like another 3 and out here, and at some point, got to be able to put together a drive to keep your defense from having to go right back out on the field. I feel like things are starting to unravel a little bit, and we're not even at halftime.
So they're forced to punt on 4th as this one's away. This is fielded at the 27. Diggs with a good footwork. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. Well, a solid punt, but also a nice return there of 14 yards. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. Spotlight time as we shine it on Josh Allen. And we have seen him to this point with 4 touchdowns. We get a glance at his work. It's been good work.
Oh, it's been excellent work, and it's made so much better by our guys. Look at that montage of great plays that they put together. Absolutely beautiful. I mean, you speak it pretty well, but these guys, the pictures they put up, oh.
Very good, and he's got his team in the lead right now. And meanwhile, Allen's throw here pulled in by Beasley. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Beasley, 59 yards. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, we know that he can beat you in a number of ways. He can catch it short, he can take it long, or he can do what we just saw right there, catch it and then run with the football.
Yeah, and that was sheer determination right there. He decided before the play, if there was a sliver, he was going to take advantage of it. Looked the ball in, turned on the Jets, and took it all the way.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. They certainly made quick work of that, ultra-quick work. One of the fastest drives you'll ever see, just one play resulting in the touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And it'll come out to the 25 as he will not attempt to return. Back now comes Tampa Bay. It was still more than a minute to go in the half. Time to try to mount a drive.
And I would think that they would have to. This is today's NFL. You got to push it whenever you get an opportunity. You could never have enough points with the high-powered offenses that you face. And analytics will tell you, try and score when given the opportunity.
To throw once more on 2nd and 10. Brady. This throw incomplete, nearly picked off. And with his pedigree, he doesn't drop many of those. But 3rd down coming up. On 3rd down, Fournette. And he'll get this one up to the 26. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down.
Well, the guys who are paid to make the tackles deserve some kudos there, but I think they deserve even bigger ones because in that situation, they had to be thinking pass. Loosened up defense, going to pass coverage. Instead, maybe they surprised them a little bit running the ball, yet they rallied to it and stopped them well short of a 1st down.
And he's going to be out up around the 45-yard line. Nice work on the return as he gets about 15 yards back. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half. Going deep for Diggs. It's incomplete. Took a shot, couldn't connect.
Certainly no lack of aggressiveness here. They were hoping for the home run play to get them 6 points. They're hoping for a catch, maybe a call, but they figure they can at least get into field goal range with a completion.
And he's able to get across midfield and down into Buccaneer territory. So these two teams will head to the locker room as we hit halftime in Super Bowl 56. As we send you to our EA studios in Orlando, here's Jonathan Coachman with our EA Sports Halftime Report.
Okay, Brandon, thanks very much. What a season this has been. Hard to believe it ends tonight, as we'll get back to you guys for the second half of this Super Bowl in just a moment. Moving on, let's take a look at the next-gen stats in the first half for Tampa Bay. And they will need to get this passing game in gear because they did not do much of anything in that first half. And it's why the scoreline is what it is. These two teams have had plenty of extra time to make their final adjustments, but time's just about up. The final half of the NFL season is upon us. So let's get it back out to our Super Bowl broadcast team. Here's Brandon and Charles.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. These two teams sat through a longer than usual 30-minute wait, but we're back in action here in the Super Bowl. Oh, a dangerous return man showing it here. And they'll start this drive just across the 30. Pretty nice work on the return. Out come the Bills now as they'll go on offense first here in this 3rd quarter. And I would imagine this is where you have to take stock of the situation, CD, and say, gosh, we're halfway to the Lombardi Trophy. Let's not slow down now.
And I like the way you went there. Let's not slow down now because the first half certainly went their way. And I would expect them to continue with that type of a game plan. But you're right. You do think back to Super Bowl 54. 49ers had a double-digit lead in the 4th quarter. Couldn't hold on. So plenty can still happen. Well, I certainly don't want to pile on, but this defense has just not been up to the challenge in this game. And this continues as we see here. Coverage, not been very good. Soft in spots. There's an easy throw and catch for another first down.
Looking for Sanders here on the deep ball. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. On the handoff, it's Singletary. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And he gets it inside the 35 and just shy of the 30. 58 yards now on the ground on just 7 carries. Well, that is a running back who was not about to go down easily. He fought his way through the contact until the seas opened up for him. Throwing now is Allen. And oh, that nearly their first pick of the game, but it falls down to the ground incomplete. Here's 2nd and 10. Now the Georgia Southern man, it's Matt Breida. He winds up getting only a couple there, down to the 29. Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
Oh, Diggs, what a catch. Touchdown! Stephon Diggs with his third touchdown of the Super Bowl. And the Bills continue to pour it on.
And this is obviously quite a performance. And most of the time when we talk about someone putting a team on their back, I think we're talking about a guy who runs the football. In this case, it's a guy out wide catching it, and he's done exactly that. Truly leading his team right now towards victory.
3 touchdown catches. He's been the headliner. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. So this drive spans 7 plays, and it ends in a Buffalo touchdown. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here comes the Buccaneers offense. They get their first reps of the second half. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
A throw there by Brady, intended for Gronkowski, but incomplete. To throw again on second down. Brady airing this one out for Evans. And he's got it. What a catch on the sideline. And all the way down to the 29. A big play that time for Tampa Bay. So that changes things in a big way. Now from all the way down inside the 30, here's 1st and 10. Now Brady. And that's complete. It's Chris Godwin. And he'll be out of bounds just inside the 25-yard line. They'll contain him to just 4. 2nd down. To throw, it's Brady. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle third. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down. And the passing windows are just not there, and that's just another example of how great this defense has been all game long.
And that's exactly what a top 10 defense can do. They can really change the game tempo and frustrate you as you try to execute offensively.
And they're going to mark him down short, maybe by about a yard, if that. They get only 4 that time as that leads us to a 4th down. And he missed it. He missed it just wide of that left upright. It's no good. And this score will stay right where it is.
Well, this winds up an empty possession. Everything looked okay. He just never got the ball on target. And knowing him, they'll be disappointed with that effort.
The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Singletary to get the drive started. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result. Negative yardage. Going deep for Diggs. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs with a record 4th Super Bowl touchdown tonight. And the Bills head on. And let's count them up now. 1, 2, 3, 4 touchdown receptions for him in this game.
And just one shy of the NFL record. What a great performance. Throwing up and catching the football, creating space, and finding the end zone. That's what it's all about.
Bass on for the extra point. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter. Pretty clean and simple there. Just 2 plays. The long pass resulting in the touchdown on play number 2. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
They'll start out on the ground. It's Leonard Fournette. And he's going to lose yardage here back to the 12-yard line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
On 2nd and 11 now. Brady. His throw incomplete. He's had trouble finding open receivers all game, CD, and that's because really there hasn't been many. This defense is
in the league, and every time I talk to someone around the NFL, they all say the exact same thing. They're so fundamentally sound, it's hard to execute against them.
And he'll only get this to the 17, well shy of what he needed. Down.
Boy, that one was well-read defensively, and this is all about diagnosis as a safety and being decisive, because he saw it setting up in front of him, able to knife through there and make the play.
Here's Bradley Pinion now, standing just outside his own goal line. That's taking it around the 40. One quarter remains here in the Super Bowl. We'll return with more after this. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. Back now here on EA Sports. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the fourth quarter. A very one-sided affair. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. Finds a seam inside the 40. Past the 20. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Matt Breida, 52 yards. And the Bills are getting closer now to that ever-elusive first Super Bowl victory.
I know I should keep the focus and the spotlight on the hero that just scored, but tackling's been an issue for this defense all game long. I can't set that aside. We just saw it again here. Missed tackles leads to his long touchdown run.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taken at the goal line. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Brady going to bring the Bucs up with a 1st and 10 at their own 13. Throwing to start the drive. Brady. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there. Forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. To throw on 2nd and 10. Brady over the middle, and it's incomplete. Antonio Brown, the intended receiver. And it's 3rd down. Now Brady. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They'll probably spend a little extra time dissecting the game film after this one. I think the part of their plan was to hit them over the top of the deep ball. They've been unsuccessful all night.
On 4th down, the punt team is on as this is sent away. Taken right about the 40. 43-yard punt, but they get 9 back on the return. And possession will switch hands, 1st and 10. The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs. And I think we both agreed he could have a really good game with this matchup, but over 200 yards now.
I don't think we saw it as that good, and I think what really makes it special is when games like this are occurring, it's not just getting locked in and in the zone and on a roll. It's continuing to adjust throughout the game because, you know, the defense is kicking coverages towards him, trying their best to slow him down, and he keeps getting the better of them.
Yeah, whatever they've done, it hasn't worked. The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8. Here's Allen to throw it. He'll let this thing go for Sanders. Got a man that's caught at the 6-yard line. And he just falls short down at the 1-yard line. A big play here for Buffalo.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Singletary. And he fights his way into the end zone for a Bills touchdown. Devin Singletary, his 2nd touchdown of this Super Bowl. And the Bills continue to pour it on. They seemingly just continue to score at will. And as great as it's been for the offense, you got to feel for that defense down there.
And I love how you use the word will, because both teams came into the game with the will to win. But one team has obviously imposed its will on the other and broken them. Because what we're seeing right now, wow, that's a defense that's in tatters after what they faced in this ballgame.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead will swell by 1 more. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Taking it about the 1. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Bucs offense set to begin their next possession. And it's becoming more and more apparent that this is just not going to be their night. That Lombardi trophy so close, but the expectations. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Mario Addison, credit him with a sack as he buries him for a loss of 10.
That right now, that's a defeated team out there. I think you can see it totally in their body language.
Hands on hips, heads low. It's just been a struggle from the start.
Yeah, this team has been thoroughly beaten right from the word go.
2nd and 20. Another try after the first down sack. Brady. Throw left side complete. That's Evans. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down. Now Brady. And a first hookup with his all-pro tight end, Rob Gronkowski.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there is going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new contract.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Here's Brady. And that is incomplete. Oh, the coverage a little too good there, and it's 2nd down. 2nd and 10. Brady now to throw. Again for Evans. This time he's got him. They get 7 out of that, so they're left with a 3rd and 3.
It's a game of matchups, and that's why you take your receivers and move them around a bunch, especially your best guys. And when they work out of the slot, you often hear the coaches talk about how great it is because it gives you a two-way go. You can break out or you can break in. That makes it hard to defend.
That throw by Brady incomplete. Here's Bradley Pinion now as he's on to punt for Tampa Bay. And that one hits at the 7, but bounds into the end zone, and that'll be a touchback. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be part of the game plan in a big way, and it has been in a very big way. And some room to work. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. 79 yards rushing for him now in just his first 3 carries. Not totally home free yet, but it's looking good as they come up 1st and 10. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And he sneaks his way forward only for a couple here. 2nd down. The last run good for 2. Here's 2nd and 8. They go right back to Singletary. And he's down right around midfield after a gain of 2, maybe 3.
Let's give a lot of credit to the offensive line. They've been able to move the ball really well on the ground the entire game. And while that wasn't a huge one, that's okay. They'll take them in short, steady bursts.
From midfield, here's Allen. There goes a deep ball, end zone. And that will be incomplete. Well, they weren't scared to let it fly, but it falls to the ground and brings up 4th down. Here's Matt Hawk now, as he should be able to pin him back deep here with his first punt. And this will hit just beyond the goal line as it's into the end zone for a touchback. And Tampa Bay trots out there now. Those Super Bowl hopes that they had really dwindling now here in the 4th quarter. That NFC crown that they got 2 weeks ago seems like a distant memory as they have been outplayed tonight. Brady's throw on target to Godwin here. And he's going to be out of bounds right at midfield. A big play that time through the air. 30 yards. So the line of scrimmage all the way up to midfield now as they've got it 1st and 10. From midfield, here's Brady. And the Bills are going to get him as he goes down. Mario Addison, his 2nd sack of the night.
How about that, partner? His 2nd sack of the game, and that puts him in some pretty good company. 17 guys have had 2 sacks in the previous 52 Super Bowls, but only 3 have had the record number of 3 sacks in this game.
And we've got the list here. If he gets another one and everyone behaves nicely, we might just list those out for him. And these Bills make the 90s seem like a distant memory. Buffalo is the Super Bowl champion. And when this moment comes, sweat and tears, the offseason, the workouts, training camp, week 1, Super Bowl champion, it's worth it.
It certainly is, and rarely do we their share of bumps along the way. Didn't have to face some adversity in the journey. And now they get to just enjoy it and revel in it. And all off season, they'll be signing their autographs with Super Bowl champion underneath it.